This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by the Countertop Store, Central Arkansas's premier countertop authority. For custom fabrication and installation of granite, tile, laminate, copper, and more, the Countertop Store, 888-510-4773.
And we're back on the Alice Stewart Show, 7:20 on what is starting out to be a beautiful day here in Central Arkansas. The big midterm elections coming just over 60 days away, and a lot of candidates on the ballot from Senate to Congress, governor, all the way down. And some ballot initiatives also will be up for decision by the voters. And the latest news is that the proposal to raise the minimum wage has now been certified for the ballot. And this would increase Arkansas minimum wage from $6 and just over $6 to just over $8 over the next 3 years. And this is an issue that the voters will decide in November. Another proposal that will be on the ballot deals with statewide alcohol sales. That is up for the voters to decide. And here to talk about that initiative and what this means for folks here in Arkansas, David Couch. He is an attorney for Let Arkansas Decide. He joins us this morning. David, good morning.
Good morning, Alice.
I appreciate you doing this. You've been working extremely hard on this. It's not easy to get an issue on the ballot. And tell us why you decided to take on this measure to allow statewide alcohol sales.
Well, the primary reason we began this mission was that it's so difficult to get a local option in the county on the ballot that a lot of counties in the state wasn't even able to get this on the ballot for the local people to decide. You know, Faulkner County and Craighead County, with the backing of Walmart, tried to do it and couldn't do it. So first thing was it was too difficult for people to do it in their own counties. And then when we started looking at it, we decided that, it's much easier, and it was probably much better policy for the state of Arkansas to turn the whole state wet. And
so with that, collecting quite a few signatures, over 80,000 signatures, getting them certified and getting this on the ballot. So what's the next step for you? There's certainly you have to get out there and sell it to the folks. So you have a campaign underway to get your message out.
Absolutely, we do have a campaign. We've just we'll start probably around the 1st of October, with a real campaign. I think our message primarily is going to be like, this is the better approach to alcohol regulation. And I think that it's the economic impact that this is going to have on the state of Arkansas. Walmart commissioned a study for the 3 counties, and it showed that the economic impact in those three counties was over $10 million in each county. And we're going to create an additional 150 jobs in those counties. I know statewide would be a little bit different model, but I expect that this will generate $100 million in new economic development in Arkansas and probably create up to 1,000 jobs. So what started out as a way to help people out looks like it's going to be a big economic development boost for the state.
And there's obviously opposition to this. Currently, the state has 38 wet counties, 37 dry, and there's some that support what you are doing and others that don't. There's a group opposition called Let Local Communities Decide, and they are opposed to the idea, as well as some of the county line liquor stores are concerned, and they are pushing back on this. They say it will hurt local businesses. Your thoughts on their argument?
Well, it is the county line liquor stores that is funding the opposition, and they've had basically a monopoly on the sale of alcohol for 50 or 60 years or more. And sure, some of those county line liquor stores are local businesses, and when, say, for example, if Faulkner County is allowed to sell alcohol in Faulkner County, then the residents of Faulkner County will buy alcohol in Faulkner County and not have to go to Conway County. So there will be some impact on those county line liquor stores, which is why they're planning on spending so much money to try to defeat this.
And my guest, David Couch, he is the attorney for Let Arkansas Decide, which is working on on the ballot the statewide alcohol sales. Another issue that comes up with this, David, as you know, is not just the economic aspect of this, but the safety. And what has been done, any research or studies that have been done in terms of the safety? A lot of folks, driving to other counties to purchase alcohol, is it more dangerous for them to have a liquor store down the street or to travel to another county? What about that aspect of this?
In the about 10 years ago, a professor from Pennsylvania actually did a study on the counties of Arkansas because we had so many wet and dry counties in Arkansas. And he found actually that the incidents of driving while intoxicated were less in counties that were wet than dry. And it's primarily because people, we assume, have to drive so far to get their alcohol. In addition to that, if you look at Boone County, Benton County, and Clark County, the three counties that have turned wet most recently in Arkansas, you talk to the sheriffs and the police officers or the mayors in those towns, and they'll tell you that there's been no increase in crime. In fact, statistically, crime and alcohol-related offenses have gone down in those counties.
That's an interesting certain component of this, in addition to the economic. So what next? You've got this is on the ballot. Do you expect any pushback or threats, or not threats, but litigation, or is this full speed ahead on the ballot?
Well, we'll go full speed ahead. The opponents have indicated that they do intend to file a suit in the Arkansas Supreme Court to try to keep the people from Arkansas from voting on this issue. What they've raised so far, I don't think there's a lot of merit in that, but, we'd rather just let people in Arkansas decide.
All right. Is there where can folks go to get more information?
We have a Facebook page right now. It's called Let Arkansas Decide. We're working on our website and other social media, and as soon as we get up and running here in the next couple of weeks, we'll let everybody know where that is. But we do have a Facebook page now.
All right. We appreciate your time. David Couch, attorney for Let Arkansas Decide, is the statewide alcohol sales on the ballot. David, thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Have a great day.
I appreciate you too. And these are important things to learn about and do some research on, because they're not often discussed, and not a lot of attention in the media on this. They are considered lower on the ballot, but these are just as important as the folks we vote for Senate and Congress and governor and all these statewide offices and local offices. And I say often, make sure you do your homework and read up on the pros and cons of these ballot initiatives, and make sure you make an educated decision. The same goes with the important minimum wage, which has now been certified for the ballot. And this is something that give Arkansas a raise now, submitting the proper number of signatures for this to be on the ballot. It was very controversial in terms of business owners have concerns about legislation of minimum wage, and this ballot initiative would seek to increase the minimum wage from $6.25 an hour up to over $8 an hour, $8.50 by 2017. And in case you're not aware, Arkansas is one of 4 states that have a minimum wage lower than the federal minimum wage of $7.25, and this is an effort to correct that. So we were going to talk with our Secretary of State, Mark Martin, about that initiative tomorrow on the program, so make sure you tune in. We will have more on that. We're going to take a break, and we will be joined with the Young Guns, Josh Blevins and Jack Avery. They will weigh in on the crisis dealing with ISIS and the growing concerns over the war on terror. President Obama and British Prime Minister David Cameron are working together on building an international coalition to deal with this. And also our Young Guns will weigh in on some of these ballot initiatives that we are talking about, get their views from the younger perspective. We'd love to get your thoughts and feedback on Facebook, The Alice Stewart Show, or on Twitter, Alice Tweet or Alice Stewart 965. We'd love to get your ideas and your questions or feedback on these issues. Stick around throughout the day. My program followed by Glenn Beck, Dave Ramsey, Dave Ellswick, Shauna Hannity, and Steve Dace. This segment of the program brought to you by the Countertop Store, 9817 Maumelle Boulevard. Give them a call, 888-510-4773.